Well, hello everybody. Nicholas McGinnis here, habitat biologist. We're on the woodlot today and wanted to do a video discussing the idea that a chainsaw really is a deer's best friend. So let's have a look at some of the work that we've done this winter using a chainsaw to help improve deer habitat and to provide a good overwintering food source for the deer on our property. So here we are. We're about 120 meters in from the edge of a field, and we had this area spaced out 2 or 3 years ago. Let some of it recover, let some of the hardwood put some size on, and we cut it for firewood. What we're trying to do is make a lane into here big enough to get the tractor in, and we're following the advice of one of my favorite books on whitetail management. I think it's called North Country Whitetails, written by, I think they're Doherty brothers in New York State. Anyway, they talked about when you're creating access roads like this, even if it's just for logging, you can produce a lot more food per linear foot of your road if you take 10 meters on either side, so 30 feet, and you pretty much clear everything. So what we've done is we've built this road on the ridge line, right on the saddle of the ridge, and we're going to clear everything on, I'd say, 7 meters on either side of the tractor path. And then just off the woods here, so we've created a bit of an area where you can get the tractor and hopefully the side-by-side in. We've come in with the spacing saw, and we cut a lot of these. There was mostly fir and a few spruce, young trees, but they were really unhealthy. You know, they were probably 20 years old and scraggly. So we cleared those, and now we have some fairly good-sized yellow birch. There's one there right in the middle of the photo now. Really nice, probably 100-year-old tree, straight trunk, would probably make a saw log. Then we have two kind of uglier trees, but they got lots of wood on them. So we're gonna take those for firewood. It's gonna create a lot more sunlight into the canopy here. And what we're also gonna do is cut down a couple of these kind of smaller, medium-sized hemlocks that are growing underneath other trees, like this really large red spruce. This thing's a specimen. And once we started clearing in here, really started to notice how many large spruce are in the stand. But anyway, back to more of the topic of deer. We're cutting all these trees down and we're leaving the tops. And the tops, all those buds, are really high protein source of food for deer. All right, so now we're on the top of the ridge and we're just looking at some of the tops of the hardwood trees we've cut down. And we've got a lot more to clearing. All those hardwoods there that are kind of growing out of the same stump. We know that'll never create a nice saw log. So we're gonna cut that down and hope it sprouts out into a bunch of suckers and provides lots of food for the deer. And what we're doing is we're creating a few brush piles kind of parallel to the road that we're putting in. And what these are going to do is they're going to create a eye level screen for the deer, which is going to let them be a little more comfortable. They don't feel as open and vulnerable. So we have one on this side. It's only about 15 meters long. And we didn't really choose the spot. The hurricane chose it. A couple big fir fell in, so we've just been piling on top of them. And then we've done the same thing over here. So these little brush piles, they provide nice screen for the deer when they're walking. Juvenile grouse are going to use that for cover. Cover from predators, cover from rain after they've hatched. And yeah, snowshoe hare will probably have their litters under there. So it's creating habitat for a bunch of species. It's letting sunlight in. We've really opened this up, and we've got a few more trees to take out. And it's going to look really nice. It's going to be interesting to see how this project turns out over the next few growing seasons. Thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video.